All right, guys, new intro here for the Bear Pack. We hit our goal of 8,000 subs. Thank you guys very much. We're going to be giving away a jersey on our live show here soon. But, guys, we're looking at 9K subs now. We're getting to Thanksgiving time. We're getting to Christmas time. We would love to hit 10Ks by December 22nd, 23rd, somewhere around there, so we can give someone $1,000 for the Christmas gifts. That'd be a huge lift off someone's shoulders. So please get us a 10K. We love what we're doing. Thank you guys for the support. 12K subs after the 10K. We're going to send someone to a game. Probably not the Super Bowl. Don't get any ideas, guys. But we're going to do our best to send you guys to two people to a couple games of your choice. That's probably not the Super Bowl. But, guys, thank you again for all the support. Let's get into the video. All right, guys, let's get some NCAA basketball picks and props for Monday, November 6th slate of games. We don't have a leaderboard. We're going to get right into the picks. Trey, I'll have you start us off.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to talk about my game. I'm going to be talking about the Iona at Charleston game here. And guys, this game's going to be pretty fun to watch. Both teams, they found themselves at the top of their respective conferences last season, and each of them made the NCAA tournament as well. So this should be a pretty good game. But Iona, they did make a lot of massive changes throughout this offseason. Rick Pitino, he did leave them for St. John's, and so did basically every Iona player that is notable. But Iona, they did replace Pitino with Cinderella head coach Tobin Anderson. And if you don't remember, Anderson, he is the head coach that led Fairleigh Dickinson to their Cinderella run last NCAA tournament. And going over to Charleston now, they did lose a couple of their seniors, but for the most part, they are returning most of their dominant core of last season. And if you forget, Charleston, they were one of the most impressive teams in college basketball last season, finishing with a 31-4 record and was ranked towards the end of the season for the majority of it. And I expect Iona to take some lumps here in this game. It's going to take some time for their new head coach to get used to his players and vice versa as well. And starting off the season on the road in a volatile Charleston arena, it's not going to make it any easier here. So give me Charleston. I'm going to buy a half point, take them at -6.5. I'm not worried about this spread at all because I do think the pace that Charleston plays at will make it able for them to win this game by double digits. Give me the home team here. I'm going to take Charleston at -6.5 versus Iona.
I do like that play, Trey. Seth?
Yeah, and I'm going to go to the number 2 Duke Blue Devils. I'm going to take them at -26.5 against Dartmouth. In my opinion, I think Duke should be the number 1 ranked team in the nation, and that's saying a lot because I'm a KU fan who's currently ranked number 1. But just looking at Duke's roster, they're returning 5 key contributors from last year, and they're going to be under year 2 of longtime Coach K prodigy John Shire, who I must say was also a very good player in his time at Duke. Duke's going to be getting a Dartmouth team that was just abysmal last year. They had a 10-18 record, which ranked them 3rd to last in the Ivy League. They're clearly better at school than they are basketball. So I would say they should probably just stick to doing what they do best. And guys, Duke is going to destroy in this game. That's all I can say. Duke's super good. Their roster makes them look like they have the best team in college basketball. This is the best team in my opinion. And I just think they're going to show people that in this first game. They're going to have the size advantage of this game here. They're going to run up and down the court, and they're going to win their first game by more than 27 points.
Yeah, Seth, I like that play as well. For my first play of the season, I'm going to look at the best conference in all sports. We're going to go get a lot of action this season in NCAA because Toledo last season was one heck of a ball club. I think they're going to continue that this season. I'm going to be looking at the Detroit Mercy going up against Toledo game. I'm going to take Toledo -11.5 in this game. The lines are a little bit shaky because we don't have a definite line yet for this game, but I'm expecting it to be between 11 and 14. I'm comfortable playing this up to 14.5. I'm also going to take the over in this game no matter what it comes out at. We might see this game up in the 160s as the line, and I'm still going to take the over. If you did watch college basketball last season, you know that Detroit Mercy had the second highest score of all time in the NCAA, and Antone Davis. He is no longer on Detroit Mercy's team, and Mike Davis, the head coach, has had to figure out a way to replace the best player on their team with other players in the transfer portal. The Detroit Mercy head coach, Mike Davis, did say that he wishes he had the talent around Davis whenever he was at the program. Now, they have done a really good job in the transfer portal getting some good shooters to replace their best man from last season. I expect this team to be able to score on Toledo because Toledo doesn't have a great defense, but what they do well is put the ball in the hole. Last season, Toledo finished 27-8, which is really impressive record in the MAC, but they're only returning 4 players from last season. Last year, Toledo had a top 5 scoring offense, and they will return a couple key starters. The first of those starters is going to be Dante Maddox Jr., who has his hands full this season trying to be the team's leading scorer. Maddox is a great three-point shooter, and he does have the ability to stretch the floor and open things up for this Toledo team. But with Davis gone, I do think Toledo will run up the score on Detroit Mercy, and they should win this game comfortably. But I do think Detroit Mercy is going to put up 70-ish points in this one, and we should see Toledo up in the 80s or 90s in this game. So I do like the over, and I do like Toledo to cover the spread as my 2 plays. Guys, let's go over to the player props. Trey, start us off.
Yeah, I'm going to start us off here with Terrance Shannon Jr. to go over his points versus Eastern Illinois. I really loved watching Shannon Jr. play basketball last season. I think I took his over points at least 4 to 5 times during our slim basketball season that we had last year. And he started off the season red hot last season too. He averaged 19.3 points per game over his first 7 games last season whenever he was going up against inferior competition, just like what he's doing now. And last season, he started off red hot in game 1. He scored 24 points against the same Eastern Illinois team. It's kind of the same exact scenario that we have today as well. So I expect him to easily be able to reach 20-plus points in this game as well, because Eastern Illinois, they simply do not have the size to guard Shannon Jr. out on the perimeter. Terrance, he is just a big guard that can do everything. He can shoot the three. He can drive to the rim. And I love his athleticism to show up a lot in this game. So give me Terrance Shannon Jr. to go over his points, whatever it comes out at. Just hammer it. I'm going to be taking Terrance Shannon Jr. over his points versus Eastern Illinois.
I do like that play, Trey. Seth?
Yeah, guys, and I'm going to piggyback off my game pick, and I'm going to take Duke center Kyle Filipowski to go over his points rebounds in this game. I'm not sure where this is going to be set at, but I will tell you this is a very impressive young center who is coming off a very, very great freshman campaign where he averaged 15.1 points per game and 8.9 rebounds per game. He's going to look to take a big leap in his sophomore year as he is, in my opinion, one of college's best centers, and he's going to be a top NBA center prospect as well after this season. He's an extremely versatile 7-footer who has a silky smooth mid-range jumper, and this smaller Dartmouth team is going to have a lot of issues keeping him out of the paint and off the boards. So I really do like Filipowski in his first game to be able to go over his points rebounds against the small Dartmouth team.
Yeah, Seth, I like that play as well. For my player prop, I did try to pick a game that's going to be a top 25 team, so we did have a chance for it to be on player props for PrizePicks. But I'm going to take Zach Edey to go over his total points scored against Samford. This is year number 4 for Zach Edey in college basketball, playing for the Purdue Boilermakers. He is an absolute monster down low for Purdue, standing at 7'4", listed at 300 pounds. But I bet you anything that man is more than 300 pounds. Last season in 2023, he averaged 22.3 points per game and 13 rebounds, ranking 6th in the entire nation in points scored per game. The Purdue offense ran through this guy last year, so I do expect him to be busy on opening night going up against a really bad opponent. I was taking a look at the Samford roster to see where Zach Edey was going to be matched up against in this game, and it looks like their center is standing at 6'9", but he's only 237 pounds. Zach should be able to destroy him in this game, so expect Purdue to throw the ball down to him a lot in this one and for him to go over his total points as my play for tomorrow. Guys, let's take a look at the graphic. Seth, start us off.
Yeah, and I have Duke at home. They're actually minus 26.5. I like them to win by 27-plus points. And then I have Duke center Kyle Filipowski to go over his points rebounds against a small Dartmouth team.
Trey?
Yeah, I'm taking the Charleston Cougars minus 6.5 versus Iona. Charleston, they are at home this game. They won 34 games last season, and I think they're going to want to try to reach 30-plus again here. And this is game 1 of the season, so mission 1 will be against Iona. And I also take Terrance Shannon Jr. over his points versus Eastern Illinois. And he scored 24 points against them last season. I think he's going to be looking to match that this season.
I'm going to play Toledo, whatever the spread comes out at. I think it's good. I think you said 13.5. I'm comfortable with 13.5. And I'm also going to take the over of 153.5 in that game. And I'm going to go with Zach Edey, the big man for Purdue, to go over his points when that comes out as well. But guys, first recap of NCAA basketball. It felt good to be back. That's going to do it for our NCAA basketball plays and props for Monday, November 6th slated games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please be sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel below. We'll see you guys next video. And thanks for watching. Cool questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You're going to click that. There's 2 options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube, and it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month, a little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,